Maybe I don't need to make a break for a planet. I think it is now just this one. The other one might have lost interest, so I might be able to just use the small constructor on Derek. Because I was just going to bail out for the planet and start again, but if that is, well, let's say start again, but just like Halo drop into the water. Shooting in zero gravity is really difficult. How much ammo have I got left? 200 rounds, 150 for the sniper, so if it is truly just this thing left. Oh, okay. Twatted. Those lasers do a bit of damage then. Died from an explosion. I mean, that's not the end of the world. Backpack's only 300 meters away. Just goes to show you, just however prepared you think you are, you're not. Come on, pick up stuff. Finally! Oh, come back here, I want your loot. Can't even carry it. Right, I think that is now all threats eliminated. Oh, bastard. Now I can't really risk setting off until I take this guy out. Well, that was a lot easier than the last time. I can't even be bothered. I just want to get out of here. So, it's got to go in here. It's more protected in here. Core. Generator. Engine. More Sathian blocks. I just kind of want to build a... just want to build a protective wall around it. Probably help if we put fuel in it. We can only go 32 meters per second, but it'll do. It will do. I think those are the ones I destroyed, so I don't think they're coming after me. That thing's taken interest, as have the two things over there. And I've apparently discovered a Xerox defense station, which means I'm relatively close to that. Oh, it's down there. 2 kilometers, that's fine. I just want to get back to the planet. I'm scared and I want to go home. My first foray into space adventure went horribly wrong. Let's quickly make another core, because we're going to need another one of those, because I'm going to need to move it, but we will now... God, they really did a number. It was straight up just stupid, flying out with your engines, with your fuel tanks exposed. Like, I should have known that was going to happen. Like, everything's armor plated, except for the fuel tanks. And then obviously once I had that hole in the back of it, they were just going to continue shooting in through that hole and destroying things, so... Yeah, kind of my own fault there, but... We're just going to straight up move everything. Right, well this is now the space that we're currently working with. I've taken everything off thrusters and engines. I've extended this out to here, so it is now very much just a slab. But I quite like it, because I'm going to move like this fridge here, and then I'm going to have that door coming through into here, and then in here is where I'm going to keep all the engineering stuff. I'm going to keep it nice and sort of tidy, maybe extend through to here a little bit, but I'm going to keep it nice and tidy and away from everything else. And then over here is where I'm going to have sort of everything else. This is going to be living quarters, med bay. It's obviously also the hangar, the entrance and exit. And then with regards to thrusters, I'm not going to embed the thrusters into the frame as I originally did. I'm going to have the thrusters essentially, you know, stuck on the outside like that. Probably on sort of like the outside like this though. Up top it's going to be a lot nicer because I've got like this little bit of groove that I can chuck it into. I mean, when I think about it, I could probably, yeah, I can put them like here on this side as well, because then that way the idea is as long as I'm not getting irradiated from this section here, and as long as I can sort of stand here and use these things without getting irradiated, it's fine. I kind of want to limit the radiation to this section here, and then maybe a little bit on the outside. Like obviously if I'm standing here, I'm going to start to get burnt, but that's because I'm standing right by the thruster and there's not really anywhere I can... I can't just like that there, because I then want to have either a drill or a turret here. So again, I kind of like the non-symmetrical, having thrusters and turrets on one side and then the cockpit on the other. You go through the middle and then... So I quite like it. I'm going to fill the outside with lights as well. But after that series of very stressful events, I just need to take a little bit of a break, I think. So this is going to be main base, or main sort of hangar, through here to cockpit, and then through cockpit to engineering. What else have we got that can go down? I did have one, I just picked up the wrong one. We need medical devices. We're going to need... We'll put the small engine in. We'll put the small fuel tank in. And I think that's everything. We've got everything else is a small vessel. So we've got one engine there. And one fuel tank there. So this now should run. It should now be functioning again from our little excursion. These are where I'm going to put the engines. I'm going to have one down, one sideways. I'm going to be doing the same on the back and the top. I'm going to ring the engines around the outside. That way I can limit the amount of radiation I receive, plus I can then use the top as a landing pad for my small vessel. So I'm then going to have a lift in here somewhere, probably in like that corner. I'll get rid of that. I liked the idea of that being just sort of central. Probably have a lift in the corner to the top. And I will paint all this at some point. It's kind of nice that it's like organic steel, but it's also kind of grim. But aside from that, we're going to do that. We're going to finish up this ship. We're going to make it a little more sturdy. We're going to craft up some turrets, and we're also going to then make myself a little ship. I don't think you're hostile, but I also don't just want you to... Right, no, you can't come in. I don't trust it. But then I think we then should be good to go and attempt space again. Well, sun has arisen on Ahaelyoth. It is another beautiful day. And I have toiled through the night and made some... I can only call them improvements. We are finally armed, so we will be able to shoot back at pesky little drones that decide to shoot at us. We have thrusters in place. We have protected our rear fuel tanks, or not left a giant hole open in the back, as I should say. We've extended out further to the left, or right, depending on which way you're looking at it. So I've added this whole section here, sort of all the way through, and we'll see what that is in a minute. But this is what we've got working inside. We've got our O2, our fridge, that's our ammo container. Obviously got O2 pumping through. That's just the miscellaneous container, I haven't moved that. These are all our medical stuff. Clone chamber, obviously spawn point. That's our advanced constructor. Dennis just chilling there doing his thing. Come through, food, armor, containers, bed, cockpit, all that jazz. Here we've got engineering. Got our engines, our fuel tanks, our O2, RCS, CPU, everything that gives out radiations. Nicely condensed in there. So I can walk around freely here without dying of radiation. And then the newest addition. We walk through here, we have food growing. We have things that we can harvest as well. So I've put down, these are just all things that I got, just found in containers, except for the spice. I used the nutrient solution and that to make the spice. I don't think I've got everything in here to make ration packs yet, but it's a good start, considering everything in my fridge died when I had the little issue with the drones and the engine and the power. So I'm actually now pretty low on organic foods. So I'm going to have to slowly build all that up again. Also, annoyingly with this square here is too close to an engine, so obviously nothing grows in there. One of two solutions is to either move the engine, which I don't want to do, or put the lift there. But by putting the lift there, we'll have to rearrange all of this up here, and then if we go up here... So I'm not going to go straight up there, actually, because I remembered I built my small vessel, and we're now going to smoothly. We're going to swiftly and very smooth, as opposed to this entire thing that I'm saying, transition into that time lapse. Boop. And there she is. Now, she is very ugly, but she has everything she needs. She needs a few more steel blocks on her, and then obviously I'm going to pad out everything with more armor plating. But in terms of equipment, it's got guns, it's got thrusters, it's got shield, it's got warp drive, it's got pentaxid tank, fuel tank generators. It's got everything it needs to be a functioning ship, and it's got thrusters in all directions. The only issue is up and down's a little slow. So I may need to put a few more thrusters on just to get us vertically a little faster, because we go in, like, that's how fast we take off. We can shoot off in this direction because we got dope thrusters on the back. So, like, it's fast, it's quick. It's just, and it brakes fine because we've got thrusters on the front, but then it's like a little old lady when it comes to parking. And yeah, then obviously more gun turrets, gravity generator. There she is. I now need to think of a name.